Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy, not Mr. Different. Sorry, but we gotta hijack your scheduled program of this Party Next Door type beat breakdown. Just want to give you guys a few little announcements. Coming soon, the Beat Lounge will be dropping a brand new website with the hottest sounds on the internet, a ton of free programs, and a ton of premium. I hope you guys are ready because these sounds will make your beats better. Guaranteed. Also coming soon, more streams, beat battles, and beat reviews. What else can you guys ask for? Mr. Different is putting on a lot of work for you guys, so I hope you enjoy. So smash that like button and leave a comment below and let him know what you want to see next. But anyway, back to your scheduled programming. Enjoy.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another video today. I don't know what that was about. That was kind of weird, but hopefully it won't never happen again, or will it? But anyway, however you guys are doing, you know what it is. It's your boy Slim. I'm about to do this beat breakdown. Today we're gonna be looking at this Party Next Door type of beat because you guys really been asking that. I'm also working on the Party Next Door style of vocals for you guys, vocal effects. So I am working on that, so don't worry. I know a lot of people have been wanting to hear that, and it is coming very, very soon. So don't worry, I got you guys. I got you. But anyway, we're gonna play this beat, and then I'm gonna walk through and break it down and show you guys exactly how I did all of this stuff I did. Because a lot of guys are wondering about this because it's got a sample in it and some other things to get that kind of Party Next Door OVO style of sound. So let's just play the beat and be right back.
This is different. This is different.
So there we go right there, the Party Next Door type of beat right there. Very interesting. It has some very different elements. Don't worry about the playhead because of the ASIO driver I'm using, because I'm actually able now to use my interface ASIO to record this and everything and play smoothly and all that good stuff with no hiccups and glitches and stuff. But it's gonna have a few little glitches. I gotta figure out why it's doing that, but the playhead is a little off, so I know I pressed it from the beginning, but the playhead started way over here. Don't worry about that. It's all good. That has nothing to do. It's straight. It works. It's just a little FL Studio glitch. So ain't nothing we can do about that, right? Because it's FL freaking Studio. I mean, FL Studio. Oh my God, my beard, man. My beard, man. It's growing all weird. I'm just gonna shave it off. I'm just gonna baby face. I'm gonna baby face it today. I'm just gonna go all baby face. But anyway, so now let's look at this video. Let's look at this beat and get into it. So we're gonna start with the first part. So we're gonna break to the first element. This first patch right here is a silent patch. Actually custom made this. As you see, it has very few parameters. It's just a pretty. I actually named it Party right now because I wanted to save this. I'm probably gonna put this in the bank, but it's basically just kind of like a pad sound. So. That's a cool, like, little pad sound right there, no problem right there. I think I add just a touch of reverb, if I'm not mistaken, to it. I also use the virtual mix rack to use this channel strip. You'll see this in a lot of my channels, but basically just to give like some analog warmth. I can do a video if you want me to do something about this. This is the VVC by Slate Digital. Very dope. Just get a little analog flavor, but not too much. I mean, I didn't do too much to the effect. I just added in a little bit of EQ to the bottom end. I did have a reverb on there. I don't know where it went. So let me add my reverb back because, yeah, my reverb sounds good. Excuse me, sorry. It had a reverb on it, just a slight reverb, just to give a little space. And you see, I'm using the default presets, but I'm just cutting the lows and everything. Cause this, for some reason, this reverb just sounds good. I have a new reverb that I'm gonna play around with. I'm still learning real quick, but I love this reverb. Let's say a little bit of reverb on a simple little kind of gated type of pad sound, kind of swelling pad sound. Just sounds good. You know, just playing around with the cutoff and everything. So that's the first sound. Next sound, if you watch the video, I don't know if you guys watch, if you watch the video, I actually changed the sound. I had a silent patch for this one, but I decided to change it up and use a serum patch instead because it sounded a lot better. And a lot of guys were asking me, what's that bass sound you were using? It's actually from the Space Sauce Volume 1. It's called Future Dark Bass. So Space Sauce Volume 1, link in the description below if you want to go copy. And we got a new website coming up soon that's going to be very dope and amazing. We're going to have a bunch of crazy good features on it to help you guys out, make it just a little bit more interactive and a little more helpful for you guys. Plus more free stuff as well. Why is that baby crying? But anyway, anyway. So I pretty much used this, thanks to Sikky Beats for making this patch. And I just added a little bit of EQ to it to cut off some of the top end. And it sounds like this. Let's play it. And basically, it's basically like a filtered saw bass type thing. You can use a sine wave and a saw or square and filter it out and get a similar effect and use a little bit of detuning on the square or the triangle or whatever. And you can get some similar effect. I actually made a video about it. If you want to make a video on how to get that kind of OVO Drake filtered bass sound, I'll definitely give you a walkthrough video of that, show you how to do it. It's no problem. But yeah, like I said, I just have a little bit of EQ on to cut the highs out. So it just, because without it, it sounds like, it got too many high frequencies in my opinion, so I just kind of filtered them out and then played it low. And let's get that Drake OVO style of sound. You guys know. So that's pretty simple. I'll definitely make a video on how to do that in silent. I'm not doing a silent like really quick. I should have did it the first time, but this sounded better because you can do more stuff with Siri. It has a little bit more movement. So yeah, I'll definitely make a video if you guys want it. So leave a comment and a like below. Next, I got this little loop that's just fucking amazing. It's a dope ass loop. This is what it sounds like without any effects on it. So we're gonna go to the loop, go to the loop channel, turn the effects off. This is what the loop sounds like. Just a clap loop, nothing crazy. But once you add in stuff like, once you add in the tremolator, you get the kind of rhythm effect. And you remember the tremolator is my new favorite go-to plugin now. Tremolator, pretty good. Just give some rhythm and some motion to it. I used it on the Wurlitzer shape, and I used a 1/8 rhythm and had it, most of the groove in the feel all the way turned up and the depth maxed out, and everything else is default. And had it set to the tempo of the beat. Then I add this Pan Man, which is basically like it's basically like Love Filter, but this is the Sound Toys version of it. I didn't try it out. I said I'm gonna try it out for the first time. I tried it and I like it because you can get some really smooth motions. I know like Love Filter, when it does the twinkle effect, it actually goes through the stereo field, but it has one motion where it'll stop and then go back a little bit and then go back and do and wave a little bit and then go back. I wanted to be like a constant motion between the stereo field. So I just put on this, changed the rate, figured out my direction, and just made it smooth, because hard is like pew, pew, it's like a robot, but smooth, it kind of just goes one way then the other way. So when you play that, you get so got a constant movement, add a little bit of reverb to it, and then filter it out with some EQ and really focus in on it. That's probably like one of the most processed sounds on this whole thing. So, but it needed to be, because I mean, I really want to get that kind of ambient feel, but still have that nice rhythm going along with the beat. So that's, and plus when you add in other sounds, it just sounds amazing. I mean, them 3 sounds right there, once I got them 3 sounds, I knew the beat was pretty much completed after that, and just adding every little other thing in there. So I use a regular snare, nothing special, nothing on the snare, basic snare, and I add like a reverb snare like I always do. So we got, and what I did with that, when I put EQ, focused in on it, cut the lows and highs, make sure you just wanted a lot of mid frequency content. And then let me shrink myself. And then I put that Valhalla reverb, but at 50% mix, because like I said, I want a lot of reverb, because it's gonna be my reverb snare. And like I said, because when you layer them together, you get like a really weird type of ambient dark tail to the reverb, because you know it's only mid frequency content mixed with the regular snappy snare. So you get this. You hear that? It hits and then go. I want that nice long tail with it, because it just sounds like very ambient. And you know, because like when you listen to OVO, Drake, PartyNextdoor, Weekend, you hear that type of style. They got very ambient sound, reverb a lot. But like I said, I'm not trying to focus too much in the mid frequencies, because that's where the vocals are going to sit. So I make sure all my sounds are either near the upper range or kind of near the, you know, lower range. So that way the vocals just sit right there in the pocket in the middle by themselves, and they just sound amazing. So that's a cool technique if you want to make your snares and stuff sound good. Make a regular snappy snare and then layer it with like a big, like an overly reverb snare and blend it in together, and you get like a amazing reverb sound. Then I got these hi-hats, nothing special, these hi-hats, these simple little hi-hats. You know, but a little bit of reverb, a little bit of EQ cutting the lows, Valhalla reverb. I didn't even start using the reverb, but Valhalla's just so good. Pick it up, $60. And then, you know, with it sounds like, you know, standard stuff. Pan to the right, because like I said, my hi-hats just sound better on the right. I don't care what nobody say. To me, hi-hats sound amazing on the right. Next is this kick drum. Very punchy kick drum, going through some saturation. I'm actually doing some pretty heavy compression. Like, I'm using some crazy compression stuff with this one. I'm actually EQing it a little bit, cutting about 50 hertz in the low end, and then that's pretty much it. But then I'm driving it into this this 1176 emulation by Slate Digital. This is the modern version. They have 3 different versions right here, but I use the modern because, you know, it's modern, on circuit 2 with the high pass filter on it. And I'm driving it pretty hard, and I'm trying to get about, you know, 5 dB of gain reduction. The one thing I like about the 1176 style of compressors is it's super simple. You got attack release, and you got input and output. Input is how much gain reduction you're going to get. So it's how hard you're driving it and how much gain reduction you're going to get from the compressor, because there's a fixed threshold, something like that. And the output is, you know, your makeup gain, and then you select if you want a faster attack, slower attack. But the good thing about this is it's in reverse. So bigger numbers is a faster, bigger means faster, lower numbers means slower. So 1 is the slowest, 7 is the biggest, which in most compressors, like a 1 millisecond ratio be faster than the 7 millisecond ratio, because lower numbers are faster, you know. But in this case, the 1176, they did it backwards, which I think I like that better because it's easy to figure out. But for kick drums and stuff like that, my 1176 emulation is amazing. I have a bunch. I have one by Waves. No, I don't have one by Waves. I have the one by Native Instruments. My bad. I had one by Native Instruments, but this one just sounds a lot better, especially there's 3 different modes, like the classic one, the regular, normal, like rebranding. Then you got the modern edition, like a newer one. They got the old vintage style one, which they each have their own different sound. But yeah, so that just gives a little bit of, you know, without it sounds like, just bring it forward to the front. Then I add some decapitator to it, because, you know, I like to distort my kick drums. And that just gives it that sound. And the EQ is just cutting out some of the highs, nothing special there. And then it's supposed to be some lows cut out right about here. So, you know, just to make it a punchy type of kick drum sound. So that is that for the kick drum. Then, you know, pretty cool. Next is this cool little Vox sound, which I use a Echo Boy. So it gives some like some crazy echo. I'm using a ping pong delay echo, so it's going in between the stereo field. So when it hits, it does it echoes or delays. As I'm using ping pong, using a lot of freaking feedback on 1/4 notes. Should have added some saturation to it to give a little bit of grit. And then I'm adding some Valhalla reverb. This makes it really sound really, really big. The Valhalla reverb is set to 50%, so it's pretty, it's a lot of reverb. But with the echo, with the delay and the reverb, you get this nice, like, smooth sound to it. It just works. Like, listen. I mean, it adds ambience. So when you hear all these sounds, like you hear these 4 sounds, that adds ambience to the track. So that's you get that OVO Drake Partynextdoor type of ambience noise right there. So really, like I said, reverb is your best friend when making these type of beats. Can't stress enough, reverb and filtering out stuff is what's really gonna get you those sounds. So as you see, a lot of my beats are filtered out and got a lot of reverb because that just gives that sound. Especially when I do the vocal video, you'll see that reverb does make the sound. Okay, next we have this Omnisphere patch, which is nothing but a piano sound, which is pretty cool. The piano is the Dream Tech piano. So look it up. And then on the channel, I have EQ, so my regular EQ as always. And then I'm using my Verb Suite Classics reverb, which is my newest reverb. I'm using it on the FG48 480 preset, which is a Lexicon 480. It's a Lexicon 480 emulation. I really like this reverb because Valhalla is is my old school reverb sound. This is all my modern digital reverb sounds, and the way they modeled the reverbs, they sound amazing. They sound really, really good. This is a great plugin. It just came out like a week ago, and it just sounds. I mean, it sounds amazing. You know, if you drive it really hard, it's just. You can do some crazy sounds, but you know, I don't drive it that hard. And I like this chorus effect. You can add a little bit of chorus to it and then a little bit of width to it. And it's very easy and nicely laid out, but just the sound behind it. And it's using a lot of impulse responses. Like it has some very huge impulse responses in there. I just downloaded another one for a new one for it. That's 2 gigs. Like the impulse response is huge, but it sounds good. If you don't know what impulse response is, you have like Fruity Convulsor or any type of reverb that takes impulse response. You can actually, you can actually get impulse response from other reverb type of modules and stuff like that and put it in the plugin, so I can get other impulse response to get like more sounds. But this is just amazing reverb. I love it. Liquid Sonic, I think it's made with Slated on Liquid Sonics. They did an amazing job. Watch the review of it, watch the videos about it. You'll love it. If you want me to do a review on it, I definitely will, because I will be using this a lot more. This and Valhalla reverb are the only 2 reverbs I need now. But yeah, you just hear that sound, and I just played out some few easy minor notes as we see right here. So we got. And that just gives it like that, like I said, that ambience. Like just when you start get pieces together, you get that sound. So. That's just for the verse. This is for the verse, the chorus. So you only hear that in the chorus. And then I made this one little lead, which is once again Space Sauce Volume 1, Eerie, and I got it on some EQ cutting the highs and lows, and that Valhalla reverb just with a little bit 10% mix to give it that big kind of, you know. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm getting a little too crazy. But yeah, that's just a simple little lead. And I said, I literally did that when I'm making the beat. Just just doing weird stuff, and I just went in and adjusted it. So just to give it kind of some flavor to it, give it a little bit of flavor in the the chorus. And that's it, you know, nothing special, as you saw in the video. Next up is another instance of, this is Silent for a Serum. I think this is actually a ARP I made, so yeah. It's an ARP using the, once again, Space Sauce Volume 1, because I love that. That's the, man, y'all, I can't wait till Space Sauce Volume 2 come out. We're going to drop Space Sauce Volume 2 really soon. You guys are going to love it. But this one actually has Pan Man on it. So it has the Pan Man going back and forth, has a little EQ cutting the lows, my tremolator, and then some Valhalla reverb, the vintage Valhalla reverb. And that just gives that, you know, just a little bit of movement, a little bit of niceness to the beat. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the parts of the beat. Now, this part right here is actually this recording, like this first pattern, this little sample looking thing, is actually me recording this into Edison. Did I save it? I didn't save it, did I? No, I did. Yeah, it's right here. It's actually recorded into Edison. Let me actually open it up for you guys so you can see. As you can see. And I just EQ'd it both ways, added some gross beats to it, added the 1/2 speed on it, so you get this effect.
This is different.
It sounds like if you ever watch like slow motion videos, if you ever watch how they kind of just it's just kind of that slow motion kind of build. It feel like if I was making a music video for this, I would have the beginning part going like in reverse and slow motion, like have stuff happening but in reverse with slow motion, and that would simulate that sound very, very well. So
This is different.
and that just builds up tension and makes it sound more dramatic. Something simple as that, like I said, just recording the first pattern and then reversing it and add some effects to it and slowing it down can add a lot of just a lot of dynamic to the song at the intro. And already right there, you start feeling the tension in that sadness with that sound. So it's sound selection, you know, it's just being creative with your sound and doing different stuff. And then I have a tape stop effect and a love filter effect. I'm gonna be doing a video about automation for you guys, because you guys really want to know how to do automation clips and show you how to really manipulate automation. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much the beat. Mastering wise, nothing special. I actually took the mastering stuff off, but I have a bus compressor, which I say I'm still doing the mixing and mastering video. It's just one of the videos I want to be very detailed with for you guys. But yes, it's got a little bit of bus compression, a little bit of EQ to cut the lows off, stereo imagery to bring all the mono stuff into mono, tape machine to give a little bit of grit, and then 2 limiters to get volume. Now we got too much stuff going on, so we just take that off because it's gonna start glitching out on me. And also one thing that I really am happy about, I want to show you guys and talk to you about in a new video, is this right here. Is called the K meter. It is a free K scale for you guys. I'm gonna show you guys how to use it in the video, but I know I keep talking about the K scale and all that. Let me turn it off. I know I keep talking about the K scale and how I use the K scale to get my volume in my sound. I'm gonna teach you guys how to use it, but I found a free one for you guys. Just type in free K meter and it should be called, I'll look it up and put a link in the description below for you guys, the video when I talk about it. But I found a free one because I know everybody been saying, Slim, you know any free ones? I found the free one and it works good. And I'm proud to say, 'cause I used it in this mix and I got, like, you when you hear the full beat, you know, I would play the beat, but I think the master gonna mess up. But I'm gonna turn the mastering effects on and mute my vocals and see how well it plays. Matter of fact, let's just bump the buffer size up a little bit. Let's bump it up to about, well, sorry about that. It actually closed. It actually glitched out and closed on me. So we're not gonna be doing that again. Yeah, because it just didn't want to play well with the system. But in the end, the main thing is that's pretty much it. I'm definitely gonna release the full beat up there so you guys hear it with all the mastering effects on there, so you can hear that full greatness of quality, because a lot went into the beat and it sounds really, really good. I'm actually proud of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this beat breakdown as always. Yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. The vocal tutorial of PartyNextdoor is coming really soon. I'm probably working on it in a little bit after this video. After I get done editing this video, uploading this one, I'll get on that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. If you got any more requests for any type of beats you want me to try to make, or any vocal effects that you want me to do, please leave them in the description below, or just leave them in the comments so I can get to those as soon as possible. And remember, leave me the name of the artist, the song, and when it happens, so I know exactly what vocal effect you guys are looking for me to get. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed with that always, and I hope you guys see, you know who it is. It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, not motivated by the money, but the like, comments, subscribe, and views. And I will see you guys in the next video. So guess what, everybody? Have a good one.